Today's 2-Minute Fairy Tale is a fantastic, magical gender change story from Spain called The Unicorn. And the unicorn's a magical Christian that approves of gender fluidity. One time there was a young maiden who had a sweetheart, but there's another dude who wants her. One day while she's talking to her sweetheart at the window of her house, the other guy comes up and murders her lover. So she shot him with a blunderbuss, one of these, but she accidentally also kills the person he's with. So she's got to run away because she committed murder. She cuts her hair, dresses as a man, gets a job at a house of commerce in another city and says her name is Carlos. Now the daughter of the house falls in love with Carlos. The dad tells Carlos, "My daughter wants to marry you." And it said, Carlos, the poor girl, didn't know what to do. There was no other solution than to get married. They go to their bedroom on the wedding night and Carlos is all sad and kind of hesitant to get into bed. And so finally the girl goes, "Carlos, what's wrong?" Carlos confesses the truth, "I'm actually a woman," and the girl's response is amazing. "Well, look, don't worry about it. We won't say anything and we'll carry on as we are." And it says they lived this way for many years. But because they don't have kids, everyone starts to suspect that Carlos is a woman. Like that must be the only answer to infertility. So they do these tests common in the fairy tale. They have a banquet and they have a high chair and a low chair. And they say if she's a woman, she'll sit in the low chair, but Carlos knows the trick and sits in the high chair. Finally, the dad's like, "All right, well, I'll go on a hunt. And afterwards, we'll all bathe naked together in a river." Another common test. If Carlos is a woman, she won't get in the river. But if she does, either way, we'll know. When they get to the river, Carlos says, "Hold on, guys, I gotta go relieve myself," and goes into the woods to pee. This is when he's approached by a magical creature that maybe is a unicorn. I say maybe because this is actually the Spanish term in this story. Obviously, I'm telling you an English translation. Seems to linguistically mean unicorn, but the creature that's described has very large antlers, like a deer. Whatever it is, it tells Carlos to take off his clothes, and then it makes the sign of the cross over Carlos's groin, and he became a man. Like, I just imagine its little hoof, like, burp, burp, burp. Genital change. Carlos goes back to bathe. Everyone sees he's a man. He goes back home to his wife, who's been sobbing in his absence because she figures they're gonna kill him when they find out the truth. They've like already said their last goodbyes. Interestingly, the story ends when Carlos arrives and tells her what happened. It doesn't say how they feel about it. Like, I'm sure they're glad Carlos is alive, but maybe they were happy with the way things were. As always, check out my book and my podcast. All the links are in my bio.